All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dungeon Force podcast. We're finishing up the D&D Halloween one shot. If we get it done early, we'll start. If we get it done early, we're thinking about going over to Pathfinder to continue Curse. If we do, that'll end up being like I'll start like a separate episode for that, since they're separate playlists and whatnot. But yeah, if this video podcast whatever ends up being like an hour long, there might be two uploads when this one goes up, because we might do probably go into the Pathfinder. I don't know, because the rest of what's here could take like the whole day, the whole session, depending on how you go through it. So but that said, I guess I'll let everybody do their introductions like normal. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. um. Yeah. And I'm Serene. Uh. I'm the person that made this whole campaign, set it all up, all that. I think it was mentioned last time, but like I actually made this campaign. This isn't something where you know this isn't something where I converted another campaign or anything like that. Like just I sat down, I thought a bit. I think it was 3 years ago we ran. I had a group that ran through this campaign. Maybe less, but I'm not sure. Um, but we wanted to do a special Halloween campaign, and so I sat down and wrote a special Halloween campaign, and it was just gonna be a fun little, semi spooky romp, and then it turned into what it is now, and uh. As my free company likes to say in Final Fantasy 14, you might want to have some tissues. So, this it gets rough, like emotionally. So, um, but that said, last session you were hired by Professor Octarian Malaris Gallio, known by his nickname Professor OMG. He gave you the XLR Sunburst Lantern, which is a lantern that produces Sun bright sunlight, the bright light comparable to sunlight. The creatures that are weak to sunlight are weak to it. Kind of light. Produces bright light out to 40 feet. And then, for some odd reason, just kind of suddenly goes from sunlight straight down into dim light, and that only lasts about 20 feet. It makes no logical, physical, or scientifical, uh, sense. That was the word I was looking for. It makes no sense. Even Professor OMG doesn't understand it, but it works. Yeah, he built it. It was supposed to produce 40 foot of bright light, and then you would assume that as, the dim light would then be another 40 feet. But for some odd reason, that's just not how it works. He doesn't know why. um, Oof. Right. Right. A ton of them. Something like that. I don't know. Hmm. Interesting. Um. um. It it is. Oof. Right. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. They're right about it. Right. Right. Um. Well, in either case, back to in either case, back to our recap. But yeah, so yeah, you're hired by Professor OMG to take the XLR Sunburst Lantern and investigate a dark mansion that is said to very likely be haunted. Excuse me, good grief. Let's see. Said mansion has been shrouded in darkness for about 100 or so years at this point. Nobody's really been able to go in, investigate, and like solve the problem. It's become known as the Mansion of Eternal Night. I definitely didn't just spend a bunch of time getting on to YouTube and checking the name of that I put the podcast up for that. But yeah, so you have arrived at the Mansion of Eternal Night. Entered and encountered a few interesting things, such as the chandelier that spewed fire at you, a mimic that had turned itself into a door, a wraith that was in the courtyard, and even a set of animated armors that you all decided to stop and face. You followed some will-o-wisps, the dead souls of children who have died in a grotesque or heavily despairing manner, and have found your way to the second floor of the mansion. The will-o-wisps flutter around you, not going anywhere in particular now that you've gotten up these stairs. Let's see. The room you're in, if you recall, is full of the bodies of dead adventurers. Their corpses lie across the floor, rotted, broken, and battered. Yes. Let's see. Oh, there was also an eldritch mouth that told you, the wispy creature you have laid to rest, but that is not the only test. Wispy, willowy, brighty, lighty, the door beyond will not open without thee. So, that might be, important in some regard. So. I believe Gunnar had mentioned that Reverend Ruckus was going to do something. Ooh, okay. Very good move. I mean, it probably won't be automated, but yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, nice. 18. Remember that if you click on your click on your token, then you can right click on the chat thing and it like apply healing and damage and stuff like that way. So maybe that's because you have maybe that's because each of you has like tokens that are assigned to you. I have to click on the tokens to apply anything. So yeah, I don't have any tokens that are assigned to me, so therefore it doesn't know what to assign. I mean, I could, but I have the feeling that you would rather I don't do that because then they would all be monsters that you'd have to fight. So, mhm. um, mhm. There is a door directly to the south, but aside from the corpses of the adventurers, there is seemingly nothing else really of note in this area. Um, well, you reach out for the door. Before your hand can touch the doorknob or anything like that, a series of runes begins to glow. You could perform an Arcana check to see if you could decipher the runes. Nope. Sure. Mm-hmm. Right. 23. Very good. Um, let's see. Right. Um, so the 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 runes the runes read as a riddle. The riddle reads: the light of a dead child's soul will open the way. um, you are perhaps surprised when you reach out for one of the wisps. Um, the the will-o-wisp is all too ready to fly right into your hand and kind of await whatever it is that you're wanting to do with it. So, yes, yep. Because Scar was the one that said, yeah, Scar was the one that deciphered the riddle, and um, When you hold the will-o-wisp up to the door, the light of the will-o-wisp causes the door to vanish. As the door vanishes from the light of the will-o-wisp, you begin to hear a horrendous and incoherent gibbering. It is like several voices speaking together at once, but all speaking with the same amount of incoherent madness. Once the door has vanished completely and you can see inside, you can see two horrible pink, fleshy, liquid, eldritch monstrosities. Their many eyes gaze this way and that way, while their many mouths babble on incoherently. The creature's gibbering seems so incoherent and mad that it has even begun to affect the room around it. The floor feels soft and dough-like, and even the walls have begun to take on this strange texture. Let's see. I gotta double check one thing. So there is one slight difference between the Pathfinder version of these and the D&D version. And that is that these creatures have essentially two separate auras. Everything in the red section, which technically the red section goes from the gibbering mouther out. It's just that it has a second aura that overlaps. Yeah. But basically, everything within 20 feet of the creature has to deal with its gibbering. Anything in that blue circle has to deal with difficult terrain. So, but basically the area or the 10-foot circle around the gibbering mouther is so dough-like and quicksand-like that your foot touches it and it just squish. There is a saving throw that you have to make at the start of your turn. If you're in that space. That if you fail, which most of you should be fine, because it's not a high DC. But basically, your feet sink into the ground and you can't move. Essentially, yeah. If you'd all like to roll some initiative, though. 6. 14. Is it not showing both of the auras? It's only showing... Let me... Oh, I see why. I see why. There, that should fix it. No? Still not showing GM1's auras? Huh. That's weird because I literally. Okay. I I know why it wasn't working, but why I applied a fix to it and it didn't fix it, I don't know. But I had the aura not visible to players on GM1, but I did have it visible on GM2. But I changed that, but apparently it didn't change. So I just deleted GM1 and copied GM2 over. So, hmm? Um, yeah, that one's only 10 minutes. You did. I do remember that you took a short rest before you came up here. So, aha. Yeah, you. I remember. I think it was right at. Was it right after the race? I think you all stopped and took a rest, or maybe I don't know. I know that I know you took a rest at one point, but I don't remember when. So I don't know if it was after the previous fight or I think it was because you were all pretty beat up after that last fight. So you used all your abilities. In either case, Reverend Ruckus is up first. Remember that Foundry doesn't factor difficult terrain, so. Yeah. I mean, it's the blue circle that is the difficult terrain anyway. The red circle is its gibbering aura. So, incoherent madness. Number one, making a dex save. That was a 3 on the dice. Um, it didn't take a lot of damage either. So yeah, double one. Oops. There we go. All right. Gojira. Okay. 25 feet. Firebolt. Okay. 15. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Nice, nice. 18 damage. Okay. Okay. Skara. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Right. That's what is it? Strength save? 9. The joys of these things having a 0 or less in most of their stats. Alrighty. Yeah, at the end of each of its turns. Got it. You would be surprised. Okay. You would be surprised at what they do and don't have. So, right bolt. 16 will definitely hit, no problem. 7 damage. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right. Goji. GM1, okay. Both bolts. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Eldritch Blast. 7 on the first one is a miss. Remember that you do get to roll both as separate attack rolls. 5 is unfortunately also a miss. Welp. Alright, anything else? Yep. Okay. Alrighty. So, the GM1, who is bound, is going to spit a glob of chemical towards Gojira. Oh, wait. It does not, actually. Because it is a... Yeah, it's a 15-foot range and hits creatures within 5 feet of that. It has to go 20 feet to hit either of the squares adjacent to you, so it can't do that, actually. So it flails about, annoyed that it can't seem to move or anything. GM GM2 is going to move up 10 foot And then it is going to spit at Gojira. Let's see. Gojira needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And I'm going to put this marker down because technically important. That's a 9, so that's a fail. Let's see. So you are blinded. You are blinded until... Oh, you got it. Okay. Whoa. That's interesting. It spits, and the glob of chemical splats on the ground next to you and explodes in this bright flash of light. It overwhelms your optical sensors and blinds you. Skara, the glob strikes the ground. It flashes brightly, and when it does, it's almost like the door between you and the glob like appears for a second, and it blocks out the light. With that, the gibbering mouther can do no more movement because it has moved the full 10 feet that it can move. Which brings us to Reverend Ruckus. Reverend, I know that you see that the aura is touching you. However, that's simply an issue with the way that auras are displayed. An odd little quirk is that the gibbering the gibbering aura that this thing is producing, it hits that door and it actually like bounces back away from you. So even though the aura is displaying on you, you're not actually in the aura at all. So you're free to do whatever you want for your turn. It's almost like the door is blocking everything. Okay? Sacred flame. 2. 12. That's nice. Oh, I suppose this guy, he's got to make that strength save. Oh, not till the end of your next turn. Okay. Got it. Okay. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Very nice then. Alright. Alright, so GM2 took 12 damage. Anything else? For Ruckus there? Alright. Gojira, before your turn begins, or I guess technically at the start of your turn, if you could make me a sanity save, that would be great. You just barely succeed. But you succeed. You do succeed again. Your mind battles it out between yourself and the gibbering aura, but you do come out on top. So, indeed, blind. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I think it's just basically disadvantage. Let me double check. Blind creature cannot see and automatically fails ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay? Right. Alright, Skara. Sounds like a plan. Right. Mm-hmm. 22's a hit. 6 damage. Alrighty. At least it's damage. Damage is damage. Hmm. Alrighty. Goji. Okay. There you go. Whoops. Goji, okay. I mean, okay. Leave. Uh, oops. That's a, yeah. Uh, I mean, that's a good question. Cause let me see. Okay. Yeah, makes it see harder to see. Okay. Right. 9 hits. Hmm. Goodness. Okay. Nice. That makes sense. Not a crit, but yeah, hits harder. Hmm. Okay. Plus the green flame blade. Another 11 points of damage with the divine smite. Hmm? Let's see. Let's see. Because it's. Yeah, yep. Yep, I see that. Okay. Um, it is not undead. It is an aberration. But the. Yeah. No, but the extra damage, that does take it down. Um, as you. Okay. And I was gonna say, I assume this darkness moves with you. Um, as the gibbering mouther meets its end, for just a moment, its babbling becomes coherent, and you hear it speak the words, "Save her." All right. Okay. Alrighty. You'll have to make a sanity save because when you speak to it through your mind, it responds with many, many voices. Hmm. Alright, alright. Since you succeeded on the sanity save, make me a wisdom check. Not a save, a check. Seven. Yeah, unfortunately, they're speaking. There's so many voices speaking so incoherently that you can't pick out anything specific that they're saying. So, all right. That brings us to the Mouther, who unfortunately, Goji is one it is 5 feet out of its range. I mean, it literally can't do anything since it's currently bound. So, but I was gonna say, I do believe it does get to make the save. So 12. It is still stuck. Rip. All right, Reverend Ruckus. All right, Reverend Ruckus. Okay. Eldritch Blast. 11 is a hit. Do you get to make 2 beams since it's your 5th level? Okay. So you get a second attack roll and then you get another damage roll. 12 hits. Two and two. I mean, it's not minimum damage. At least. Alright. Anything else? Alrighty. Gojira. Your optical sensors have come back online at the start of this turn. Okay. Okay. Firebolt. Sounds good. Yep. You have what? Advantage? Okay. Yeah, that's a hit. It's not quite a crit, but very close to. 8 damage. Yep. 20. Okay. That's it. Synthetic 20. And another 8. Alright. Alright, Skara. Yep. Sure. Zappy zap. 21's hit. 9 damage. Very good. Very good. 9! Alright. Anything else? Goji. Okay. Nice. Ooh. Alright. It was, so it was 50, it read as 15 to get into the blue, which means it would be 20. So another 10 feet, so getting there would be 30 feet altogether. So. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, this is your warlock thing, right? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yes, you can do that. Because your Shadow Blade is a bonus action and a leveled spell, and Green Flame Blade is a cantrip and costs 1 action, so yes. Nineteen's it. Mm-hmm. Let's see. It should be, let's see, Shadow Blade should be 2d8 psychic. 2d8. Since it's a finesse weapon, you can either add strength or dex. Well, normally you would add your strength modifier, but finesse allows you to add your dex modifier instead if you want. So 17. Nice. Very nice. All right. All right. Anything else? All right. The gibbering mouther. Well, since Goji is in range, it might have disadvantage, but it has several attacks. So it's going to make them. 11, I assume is not going to hit. Second attack is not any better. That is a 10. All right. Well, I mean, it tried. Yeah, it tried. It didn't really succeed, but it tried. uh, 15 on his saving throw against the blood chains. Is 15? Okay, so he is now free. Not that I think it'll survive long enough to matter, but Ruckus. It is in darkness, thanks to Goji. Yeah, magical darkness. It is in magical darkness because of Goji. So. Alrighty. Good, yeah. Yeah, you can still make it. You can still make attacks. You just have disadvantage on the attack roll. So. Right. You wouldn't be able to like sacred flame it or something, you know. 13 is a hit. 12 damage. It is. Yeah. It's still up. Just barely. Indeed. Right. Whatever works, honestly. 19. Right. Eight. I do believe it is dead. Um, as the second gibbering mouther dies, you hear once again its incoherent babbling becomes coherent for just long enough for it to say, Master, we are sorry. uh, I, let me double check. I believe so. Let's see. Yes, the reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. So, I had to double check the race sheet just to be sure. I think it's a long rest, but right. Oh yeah, that went really well. Mm, I mean, Gajira got blinded. Gajira got blinded, so something happened, but um, the death of the gibbering mouthers does return the room to its normal state. The walls and floors stop being dough-like. Um, as for what this room originally was, the destruction caused by these gibbering mouthers turning everything soft basically leaves no real remains of any furniture or anything like that, unfortunately. So, um, basically, yeah. There is a door to the left, or the west, I guess. There's also a door to the south. I do see Goji took a step to the south, so. Mm-hmm. Uh, I mean, that's up to all of you. I know that obviously no damage was done, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Just get out of the way. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Yeah. Oof. You got Eldritch Blast. Oh, good. Alrighty. Let's see. That okay, yes it did. Opening the door, you see what was once a beautiful bedroom. Beautiful drapes once covered the king-sized bed. Dressers once stored regal clothes that now lie across the floor, shredded and tattered. Okay? Alrighty. You can roll a perception check if you would like. Of course, Gujira actually has the the lamp, so you know, sitting in the back there. Hey, nice, very nice. Oop. It just played it twice for me for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. I thought there must have been a second roll, but there was not a second roll. So, I don't know. But yeah, it played the sound for me twice. You can see on the northern side of the room, up near one of the walls, that there is a shattered mirror. A few pieces of glass sit across the floor in front of it. Beyond the shattered mirror, you don't see much of anything. Though if I could have Skara roll a wisdom save. Yes. Wisdom save. Cool. No, it's just Scar because she looked into the mirror. Yeah. You look into the mirror. You think for a second you start to see something forming in the mirror. But your mind, your brain, whatever, pushes the it you notice that there's some magical effect trying to affect you, and you force it back, and thus you see nothing in the mirror. Okay. Alrighty. It's so that's the mattress. Just to the south there, you can see the bed frame. That yes, yep, that's the frame. That's the mattress. Those are the pillows. Shreds of blanket and clothes all around. So. Okay. Um, there is nothing hidden amongst the bed, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah. It's a wardrobe. Okay. Okay. Um, the wardrobe has a bunch of tattered and shredded clothes. Some of which you can make out as having once been very regal, very noble, very beautiful garments. Now basically scraps. Nothing within the room is telepathy. You don't sense anything. You reach out with your telepathy, but nothing responds back. So, okay. um, as you near the southern door, uh, your very weight offsets what little is holding the door up. And the door just suddenly collapses. Peering into the room, you see what was once a beautiful room. There are regal robes, expensive clothes, necklaces, jewelry, all shredded to pieces until even the beads are barely recognizable. Okay. Um, yeah. I mean, same thing as before, as what I, yeah, same as the other wardrobe. It's all regal and expensive clothes that have been shredded and torn until it's just scraps. Indeed. Yeah. Okay. Yep. It's it to Mm-hmm. Um, but yeah, I mean, to put exactly what that room is, that was supposed to be the closet. So basically, yeah, it's well, I made this map using a very old program initially, and then because I because I found the map what 2 days before we had to run it, or because I found like the original version of the like I had made a whole nother map in the the weeks leading up to this, but I found the original map 2 days before we were supposed to run it, and so I just real quick made an exact made this map using my new tools, but because I was doing that, I didn't have time to like make rooms different or anything like that. So, oh, this is true. Because, yeah, it's going to have made, it was going to have made the whole thing dark there for him. Luckily, I was able to help him move. Alrighty. Doorway, I suppose. To the western door. As you put your hand on the door to open it, you notice that the door is extremely cold. Unnaturally freezing, even. As you open the door, a biting cold suddenly bursts out through the door. As you're hit by this biting cold, you find yourself immediately beginning to shiver. It feels as if the temperature in this hallway has dropped to unnaturally cold, freezing levels. Probably. I feel like yeah, you probably would. So it is it yeah, it certainly is as cold as a freezer, I'll tell you that much. Hmm. Um on the far western side of the hall, you can see another door. On the southern side, you can see a large pair of double doors. Um, the double doors have a thick sheet of ice covering them. Um, if anybody wants to roll a perception check in this hallway. Nice, nice, nice. It could be. If you have like a modifier or something, like a bonus. Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. 15. Okay. Um, So Gojira and Skara, both of you, after taking a few steps in, begin to look around the hall, and you notice very large claw marks on the walls and floor around the room. Along the northern wall, opposite the double doors, you can see a frame that looks as though it might have once held some sort of painting. Unfortunately, there are only pieces left in the frame. And though there are like pieces of like canvas lying across the floor around where the painting is. Yes. To put it the way that I wrote in the module, it says, "It looks as though the painting was shredded by horrible claws, and then shredded even further."
This is cuts. Is the pates over here?
Yes.
I bought 2.
Yes.
I need one of them. Thank you.
I thought it was odd that I had 2. Sorry. Sorry, my mom was asking about cat food. So yeah, I sort of missed what you were saying there while I was taking care of the Doji knows mending. Ooh. Okay. It takes you a moment, but you do manage to mend the painting. The painting is of a man, a woman, and their daughter. Likely they were once a family. While all of you are discussing, you hear the soft sobbing of a child coming from the western door. All right. Politely. You. Right. You knock on the door, but you hear no response. Um, the sound has even the the sound of the child sobbing has even faded away at this point. All right. Sorry, I know what's coming, and I am starting to get emotional. uh, as you open the door, you almost have to stop yourself from stepping on a toy on the floor. Upon close examination, the room is full of small toys and dolls, all worn and decrepit. Yet, despite this, they seem to have an air of being recently played with. You even feel as though you can hear the giggling of a young child as you look over the toys. Right. Yep. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Unfortunately, these were literally the only 3 toy tiles that I had access to. The room is supposed to be, yeah, the room is supposed to be littered with toys all over, balls, you know. Right. A little early in history for that sort of thing. But just by a little bit. But there certainly are, you know, dolls. Not figures, but like I said, dolls, teddy bears, um, things that you would associate with a young girl playing with. Humans and how it, that's funny. Right. I want to hack the car. Cars don't work that way. I don't remember what that's from, but I remember seeing a YouTube video years ago, like 7 years ago, of what if fantasy characters play a D&D that's set in the modern world, basically. And one of the characters was playing a computer hacker. So they had to figure out how to cross the street while cars were going by. It was, I can't explain it because the idea was it's fantasy characters playing in a modern world, having no idea what a modern world would be like. So they're like, they describe a car as like a monster, and describe a modern day kitchen as like magic and all these other, one of them walks up to the fridge, opens it, and it's cold inside, and freak out. And what kind of magic is it? It was so good, but I have no idea I don't know what it was called. I don't know what channel it was. Anything. It was hilarious though. So, um, okay, okay. Hmm. Okay. Sure. Hmm. Since mending takes a full minute cast time, I'll give you a short rest as the two of you go around the room cleaning and repairing. So, I imagine you could spend 30 minutes on, all the different toys that are in here that are damaged or, have wear and tear and whatnot. So, right. Right. Well, you spend some time, the at least the equivalent of a short rest or so. Cleaning and repairing and whatnot. Um, Once you have the room looks to be in good condition, um, let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all of the toys are back to good, pretty good condition, and the room is well cleaned. There are still two doors, one to the north and one to the south, by the way. No, nothing else happens. Oop. Hmm. All right. All right. Oh, I forgot to update the map. Oops. I did a really cool thing here, but I forgot to copy over the 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 correct version of the map into the folder. Oh well. Let's see. Opening the door. As the door opens, you are immediately struck with a sense of grief. Within the room lie two long wooden crates. Upon these crates are old flowers that have long since withered away. In the center of those withered flowers, you can see two portraits. And, from here, you can't make out what the portraits are of. You'd have to, go into the room and go closer. But right, yep. The two portraits are intact. As you're looking into the room from the door, your eyes eventually fall upon scrapes in the floor. Let's see. um, they look like claw marks that have been made almost like they're forming words. It doesn't take you much to realize that the scrapes read out as Mama, Papa, I will bring you back. Now we go. Now in the room, and able to look closer at the portraits. You can see that one is of a man in very regal royal garments. Um, the other is of a woman dressed in, very regal, rich attire. I struggling to think of other words for. Um, they're well dressed, is what I'm trying to say. You know, yes, the yes, the well. I mean, they look alive in the portraits because they are pictures of people. So, but yes, you're pretty sure of what's in the crates at this point. So, right. I go. Um, I mean, let's see. Yeah. Um, let's see. Opening one of the coffins and searching inside. There is a body. It is a very dead body. Definitely been here for a good while, likely at least a century. So it's decayed away. I think at this point all that would be left would be a skeleton after a century. So um the yeah there's like bits. Um, a lot of it has worn away over time, but like yeah, there is like clearly jewelry, um, little bits of clothes. They were definitely put in the crates dressed. So right. Yeah, yes. Yes, it does. Right. Yep. Yeah. Yep. You are at least 90% sure, maybe higher, that the corpse in the box is the same person as the portrait that is on the crate. So no. It looks like whatever was once in here got cleared out specifically for these to be put in here. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Your senses are tingling. Well, I mean, it's up to all of you where you want to go. There's the right. That's true. We can. Yeah, they're getting set up in front of the door over there. Um, let's see. Yes, the hallway is still freezing. Yes, the hallway is still freezing. The southern door still has a sheet of ice. In front of it. It's just this hallway. As soon as you walk through either the east or west doors, it's not freezing. Yeah, I mean, if you want to roll an attack roll with your firebolt, you can. Well, I mean, it doesn't show up and do targeting. It doesn't do anything anyway. 7. You throw out a bolt of fire, and just as the bolt of fire leaves your finger, or leaves your hand, or whatever it's coming out of, the frost of the room makes it go. I'll bring Reverend Ruckus over here at least so that Gunner's not in the dark when he comes back. Okay. Let's see, normally that would be a dex save. Go ahead and roll some damage. Since obviously a door can't make a dex save. I mean, if it was a mimic, it could try to make a dex save, but this one's not a mimic. Okay? 10 damage. Nice. Whoosh. You... Welcome back. You take in a breath. You breathe out a great burst of fire. And when your flames have gone, the door remains just as frozen as it was before. um, would anybody like to make an intelligence roll as a sort of see if your character can think of something that you yourself as player isn't thinking of? They did not check the north. I can tell you that much. Nice, 13. Okay. Um. Well. Goji. The the portrait that you or who I think it was you mended. Um, you think it would fit really well in the portrait frame. Okay? You walk up to the northern wall, um, acting mostly on intuition. You fit the portrait into the frame, and almost as if by magic, the thick sheet of ice in front of the door begins to thaw. um, Oops. Yeah, you were all over here, so just thought that you like picked it all up, carried it over there, and mended. I didn't think you were putting it back on. If you put it on the wall, yeah. If I had realized you'd put it back on the wall, I would have. you know. Right. So, but yeah. I mean, yeah. The idea was that you had to put the painting frame and all onto its spot on the wall. So, um, yes. Um, Before you open the door, I am going to give you a cheeky little extra in-game pop-up, if you will, that says, once you pass beyond this point, you will not be able to go back. Do you wish to proceed? Okay. Something yes, something suddenly feels like you're drawn to that other room. You don't know why. It's almost like someone else is controlling you. Strange. You're definitely not a character in a video game or anything like that. That's not. No. Um. Okay. Huh. Oops. That's good. Um. Right. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder if that's here. Let me just. How long did it happen? Okay. Cool. 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 Opening the door, I assume. All right. Um, as you open the door, You notice within is a small bed on the northern side of the room. Just big enough for a young child to sleep in. The bed is old and decrepit, like everything else has been in the mansion so far. You can see a dresser in against the northwestern portion of the wall. You can also see another broken mirror. Alrighty. Make a wisdom save, Goji. Oh. You mend the mirror. Moments after you have finished mending the mirror, you see a vision in the mirror of a horrible, tragic accident. You see a carriage that goes out of control and crashes. The only survivor is a young girl, not even 5 years old, who just barely manages to crawl out of the carriage. Hmm. 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 Alrighty. Hmm. 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 Yes, yep, that's a dresser over there. Yes, the bed while the bed looks in better condition than the larger bed you saw in the other room, this one is still in tatters. Has clearly hasn't been used in a long time. So, let's see. Um, as you peer into the dresser, you can see a few garments that are that have been kept in near pristine condition, save for some levels of minor wear and tear. Um, all of the clothes seem to be for a young girl no older than maybe 8. Hmm. Hmm. Right, for sure. Well, they're about to find out. Hmm. Hmm. Alrighty. All right. Um. Open. Open the final door. Opening the final door. All right. You reach up towards the giant double doors that lie in front of you. Um, as you push open the doors, you see a magical circle in the center of the room. The shapes and designs match up with the ones that you have found throughout the mansion thus far. the ones tied to the Philosopher's Stone. In the center of it all, in the center of it all, you see a child. She is... um, it in the center of it all, you see a young girl. She she does not look much older than 8, perhaps younger. She is dressed in a pink dress with blonde hair tied into 2 pigtails. Sorry. I don't do well getting emotional. As you look on, you can see that she is knelt down, on the circle, crying. She looks up towards you, tears run down her face. She says, "Why? Why did they have to leave?" All I wanted was to bring them back. If only I could make it. The Philosopher's Stone. But it all ended in failure. Again and again. Servants, my servants, so long ago. I tried, but instead of a beautiful stone, it was them. I made them. Sorry. um, she slowly stands to her feet, and you notice a knife in her hand. Hmm. She shakes her head as she says, "No, it's real. I know it is. I have the formulas." I may have failed, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many I have to sacrifice. It doesn't matter who else has to die. They will come back to me. Telepathy. uh, yeah. If you're all ready, you can definitely go ahead and sure. You are free to make one quick attack. 9 for initiative. Poor Gojira. This is my first. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, another 9. Hey. The Reverend's ready. 9 is a miss. Right. the the Reverend, right. The Reverend is just like, by holy might, you know. Yes. Also don't, right. Right. Also, don't forget your Eldritch Blast has 2 beams, so you can roll twice. 17 will hit. One damage. You launch off your Eldritch Blast. Um, the blast strikes the child, and she shrugs it off as if it did nothing. Um, let's see. I just want to try one thing. Alright, now this is fine. Yeah, she's gonna brandish the knife in her hand. Look at you all with an absolutely crazy, you know, like out of her mind expression, a wild, wicked grin, bloodthirsty desire, yeah, however you want to say it. And Ruckus, you're up first. Before, sorry, she has a line of dialogue before combat starts. Um, she says, I am neither living nor dead. You cannot hurt me. Nothing will stop me. Now combat can begin. Right. um, Also, sorry, I know you're trying to take your turn. Um, Gojira, the XLR sunburst lantern that is in your chest. Um, it, from the moment that you have stepped into the room, the lantern's light has dimmed. It is still emitting 20 feet of sunlight, but it has dimmed and is now only another 20 feet of dim light. So, that said, you can probably, I imagine all of you can see the effects going on in the room. From the two braziers here at the bottom and the magical circle. So there should be like a red and a blue like swirling thing going on, hopefully. So yes. So, alright. Sorry, go ahead. I swear that's the last thing. So go ahead, Marcus. There's a lot in the beginning of this. Yeah, this is the final like battle, so everything else is written in this one section. So. That's the question. Um, I would let you make an Arcana check as a bonus action. Hmm. You have no idea. Sorry. Seven's not gonna tell you anything, so. Okay? Hmm. Rip. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that. Rip. Okay? 14 is a hit, yes. She takes the blast, but seems completely unfazed. Um, you do have two beams because you're level 5. I mean, there's the altar, there's the two brazier, however you say it. There's the magic circle, braziers. Sure. You can make an attack roll on the magic circle. 15 will hit. 1 point of damage. You do not do enough damage to affect the circle in any noticeable way, unfortunately. um, anything else? All right. Goji.
Alright, cat, it's that time.
10-foot radius sphere. Technically, I think that's. Is it. Let's see. Is it 10-foot? Oh, yeah, 10-foot radius sphere. My brain did not. Like, my brain realized that you did, in fact, say radius. And then my brain went, is it radius or diameter? Anyway. Not quite big enough. Uh-oh. There you go. Yeah, that would hit the brazier, the altar, and the circle, and her. So, Constitution save. Well, as those three objects are not alive, they can't make a con save. Uh, and she rolled an 11, so nice. Right, which is what the hitting the three things would be. So, 21 points of damage. Thunder damage? Is it? I assume it's the shatter spell? Okay. So yes, I do believe that's thunder damage. Because it's a... Thunder is the equivalent of like sound-based damage. Let's see. You create a massive boom that echoes out from the center. The brazier gets knocked over in the process. Let's see. If I go to... where is the... Where... I'm trying to remember where 5e tool saves the icons for stuff. That's not what I'm looking for. Commodities. This'll work fine. Very big. There we go. And that it's black, so you can't even see that. So I'll use the white version. Mark. The brazier is dead. And I will mark that you you shattered, disrupted the magic circle along with one of the braziers down there. The altar took some damage, but is still in mostly one piece. So. Oh. Oh dear. All right. Yeah. Well, it is your turn whenever you get reconnected. Mm-hmm. 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 Large reduce. All right. Let's see. I think because remember I set your token height last time. Yes, because it should still have it. So, indeed. That's the entirety of the second floor. Before you do anything else, when your XLR sunburst lantern's sunlight hits the girl, she lets out a horrendous screech. And you watch as all of her like skin and clothes just decays away instantly. All that is left behind in the process is a spirit. Unfortunately, this spirit appears to be quite angry now. So she is now vulnerable to damage. Unfortunately, she is also now no longer a child with a knife, but is a very powerful form of undead creature. So, so go ahead and continue your turn. And I will display her HP. Hello? Game? Why I her HP not show up when I set the bar to show? Now, okay. Is it showing her health bar now? Okay. Got it. Okay. Let's see. 15. Yes, 15 will hit. She will take half of that damage since she is resistant. Yes, to lightning. She's resistant to lightning, so. Several thousand million. I mean, it still counts as lightning, so. 2.5 billion damage. Right. Right. It is still electricity. Right. Alright, anything else? That I can't tell you. Because I have no idea. I mean, it shouldn't be the levels because Oh, your computer just got fricked. Oh dear. Well, I mean, if you have to reboot, you can reboot. It's Scar's turn next anyway. I assume your turn's done. Action surge and do a firebolt. Okay. I mean, I can hit the buttons if you're unable to. Hmm. I mean, I just posted the firebolt in the chat, so. Okay. Yeah, action surge is nice. Okay. Yes, I can do that for you. 9. Right. 19. 5. She will take half of that. Okie dokie. That said, before Scar's turn, now that she has gone full undead, she's going to spend a legendary action because she has access to those now. Let's see. But can... Oh, yeah. Because you're... Oh, Goji and Ruckus. Yeah, Ruckus is max health. Okay. He's just got -7. Okay. Goji. Since you are missing HP, she's going to target you. You have to make a wisdom save. She is sharing her sorrow with you. Hey, you did succeed. That's one legendary action. And Scar's turn. Okay. Ooh. All right. Okay. It is always good to know.
Stay back.
Okay. Uh, 12 is 12 is a hit. Barely, but it is a hit. Alright, 5 damage. She will take full damage since it is a magical weapon. Okay. Indeed. 14 hits. Five damage again. Yep. I mean, you said again. So apparently the dice agreed. Alright. Alright. She's gonna spend a legendary action to Sorrowful Touch on Skara. Woohoo! 23 to hit. And then 7 points of psychic damage. And then it is her turn. So the first thing she's going to do is Sorrowful Touch again on Skara. 14? Okie dokie. Yeah. If Cryos was here, I would direct the second one at him. But I guess it's fine since I missed you anyway. So here's the second one. 17 to hit. That's still a miss. Good, good. In that case, she's going to bonus action to Shared Sorrow on you. So DC 14 Wisdom save on Skara. Yeah. Incapacitated with sorrow. Sorrow. Oh. Welcome back, by the way. Oh. You begin... You suddenly feel compelled to begin crying. You know. Yeah. You suddenly find yourself forced to begin crying as freaking freaking is incapacitated. Incapacitated is not. It is not a status in the conditions. Still having issues? Yeah. Oh my. Here, I'll mark you as cursed, I guess. Since... Yeah. That's why I didn't want to apply stun, because stun is you're incapacitated, but you also can't move or speak or other things. But incapacitated just means you can't take actions or reactions. So I marked you as cursed because there is for some reason, no incapacitated state. Because, yeah, because for some reason, like most of the stupid part is most of these statuses aren't even like a thing in fifth edition. Like they've got bleeding and like corroding and frozen and burning. Yeah. I mean, Pathfinder does have some others even still. But yeah, like there's several of these that are not fifth edition effects at all. So I don't understand. Um, that said, that's her action. That's her bonus action. Since Scarlet cannot make reactions, she's going to use her movement to move up here. And it's going to become Ruckus's turn. It's still we just came to the beginning of the second round, so. Um, right. Yeah. Um, yes. Yes. The master, as her name identifies her as, um, which if you haven't figured out, every mention of the master has been her, not somebody else. Um, when the gibbering mouther says, "Master, I failed you," it was her, not her father. But so she's the master. But yeah, she hasn't taken any reactions. She's used legendary actions. So yes, yes, she used. But yeah, she she used two legendaries. She used. um, let's see. So Ruckus is up. But yeah, she took two legendary actions, and then she took an action and a bonus action on her turn. So she has not used any reactions. So, but also yes, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn, which this would have been its next turn anyway. So now it can take reactions again. So. Um, the incapacitated lasts for 1 minute or until you succeed on a saving throw at the end of your turn, Skara. 10 rounds. Right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, Ruckus. Mm-hmm. Hmm. That said, in case it matters, you are 100% sure that she is undead now. Ah. Mhm. Mhm. Anyway. This is what's Ruckus doing? $15-foot radius. Let's see. 15-foot ish. There. Um, yeah, I don't think you can move it. You just have to tell me where you want it. About here. Oh, just right here next to. Okay. Ooh. Spirit Guardians. Call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. Oh, around you. So it's around. It would be centered on you. If you are good or neutral, the spectral form appears angelic or fey, your choice. If you're evil, they appear fiendish. You can designate any number of creatures that you can see to be unaffected by it. So I assume the party. An affected creature speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area or starts its turn in the area, it makes a wisdom save. On a failed save, it takes 3d8 radiant if you're good or neutral, or 3d8 necrotic if you are evil. I'm pretty sure Ruckus is good aligned, right? Creature takes half damage on a success. And its concentration lasts up to 10 minutes. So. So, alright. Anything else? Since that doesn't deal damage until her turn. So. Alright. Oh. Before Goji takes his turn, the master is going to turn to Goji again. Or no, I don't think. Wait, hang on. No, you're immune. Goji's immune. Skara is affected. Ruckus is technically only missing maximum HP, so he's technically not missing hit points, and neither is Gojira. So instead of using her shared sorrow on her legendary action, she's going to sorrowful touch Ruckus. 15 to hit. Alright. Goji, you're up. Okay. Nice, nice. Nice. What? Uh-oh. Okie dokie. Um, Seeing edit levels. I'm like, there will I mean, there'll be a Christmas one shot in December, so true, true. Yeah. Right. Up to there, get advantage. 19. Nice. Nice. Yep. Nice. Um, yes. 37. And remind me, green flame blade is fire damage? Okay. Green flame blade is it's the 2. That's the freaking green flame blade. So it's 36 damage because she only takes half. Let's see. Well, hang on, because your weapon itself isn't magical, right? Goji's greatsword, is that magical? I don't think so. Yeah, it'll still do. It'll still do. It will still deal fire damage. Um, you know, as normal. But yeah, the weapon damage is gonna be here. I'm just gonna do this. 3 plus 6. Right, and then 8 plus 6. Okay. So basically, she takes half of this, but she takes all of this. Good. Good, good. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, it doesn't have a. Per level. Okay. Yeah. Yes, okay. Sorry, just tracking everything here. Let's see. Gojira. Before your turn. 21 to hit. Ooh, 17 psychic damage. Now it's your turn. Yes. No. Well, she would definitely be immune to grapple. Okay. Heal up yourself a little bit. Ooh. Almost all of what you just took, too. Shocking grasp. Okay. 13 is a hit. Alright. She'll take half of that. Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Before Skara takes her turn, she's going to share she's going to share her sorrow with Gojira. So if you don't mind making this making this wisdom save real quick. Meets it. So technically you're fine. Alright, Skara. So yeah. Yep. Moves into flanking. Actually, you wouldn't give flanking at all because you're incapacitated. So, yes, yep. Incapacitated is always prevented flanking. I just don't think it's ever come up before. Yes, yep. We can make another wisdom save. So if you succeed, you'll offer flanking at least. So. Sure. Yes. But technically, it means that you can roll a second time after you've already rolled. But yes, basically. How about that? Let's see. Yep. You get right up there. Stop sobbing. All right. Well, while the cat cries in the background for whatever reason, yes, I knew, the cat's done that enough at this point that I know all of you can hear. Wow. Also, by the way, It's almost midnight, so guess we're just doing this one. Um, but while yeah, let's see. She has to make a spiritual guardians. Let's see, wisdom save before she can do anything. That's a 3. All right. Well, roll me 3d8 radiant damage, Ruckus, from your spirit guardians. Oh wait, Gunner is AFK, isn't he? I just remembered that he went AFK. I can hit the button. I just gotta find. Let's see, damage. 18. She's still up. Barely, but she's still up. All right. It's true. Also, the very fact that I cut her sorrowful touch down to 2d8. Yes, I gave her legendary actions as a sort of a counter to it. This creature doesn't have legendary actions normally. Um, hmm? Master. But yeah, yep. But I cut the sorrowful touch down to 2d8, but I also gave her legendary actions to sort of accommodate. But it still is kind of a not. It still isn't really equaling out because she's getting multi attack 4d8 plus 3. But now she only gets multi attack 2d8 plus 3. And then her legendary actions don't necessarily mean she's getting that same number of attacks back, right? Because she might use it on like shared sorrow or something like that instead, for example, which she has. Right. Right. Well, it doesn't matter who that was at. 18 on Skara. Okay. 21. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, she's going to it, run from the divine guardians. Though I suspect that 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, oh, so 1, 2, 3 attacks of opportunity are going to come from that. So 25 to hit. Yep. Oh yeah, you all had flanking. So yes, it's a reaction. Right. 12 damage. Um. Nope. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a 25 to hit. And even applying half, that's more than she has. So um so she turns to flee, giving you all ample opportunity to strike. Um, her technically this means she's still over here. Um, but her spirit collapses as you hit her with your strikes. Um, Gojira, your light, because her power has waned, it means that your light increases. Not that this does anything because she's in your sunlight already anyway. Welcome back. Not that this really affects anything because she's in your sunlight to begin with. But if she hadn't been in your sunlight, now she would be in your sunlight again because it increased. Basically, she drops to her spirit drops to the ground. And as she is, laid out, flat, you can see her, crying. She speaks up, and as her spirit is beginning to, break apart and disperse into magic, she kind of rolls onto her back, looks up at the sky, and with a sorrowful smile, she says, "Mama, Papa, I'll see you soon." I mean, you never know where they went. She yeah, that's true. Yeah, right. Um, in either case, her soul disperses finally into, magic as she, you know, is finally laid to rest. Um, Almost immediately, there is a bright flash of light that comes through the mansion's windows as the darkness that has covered the mansion for the last 100 years is dispersed. And for the first time in a century, the sun shines down and into the windows. You are about to take a moment of rest or do whatever your next move is. When you hear a a middle-aged man's voice speak up and say, "Thank you." Um, giant size. You hear the voice as it's kind of fading away say, I am glad my daughter was finally able to rest.
This is a reminder. Bedtime.
It's the dad.
This is a reminder.
No, it's not OMG. The parent spirits are still basically still lingering. Is the idea. Now that right now that they're not trapped here by the daughter, all of them are now free to pass on. Um, and they're basically they're just you're getting the parent a thank you from the parents just as they're also fading away is what I'm saying. So so um so with that your characters do as your characters do. I assume eventually, now with the mansion cleared, you return to Professor OMG for your reward and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, sure. By all means, absolutely. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, sure. By all means. Giving out all those. Giving out all those. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You do eventually return to Professor OMG, and give him back the XLR Sunburst Lantern. It is technically attached to you, but I mean, he'd want it back, so. I mean, that was technically part of the agreement, was... Persuasion. Yeah, intimidate. You can attempt a persuasion check if you would like. I mean, it is technically up to you, so whichever one you wish to do. It just depends on, which one you do determines how he's going to react to you. A persuasion is going to give you a more positive reaction regardless. Nope. That's a 6. I mean, at least 8. He has he has absolutely no fear. Professor OMG would, in turn, if you had done an intimidation check, attempted to intimidate you back by informing you that all it would take is just a little bit of his own tinkering. And who knows what would happen to you. Right. All right. That said, um, well, you're given. Let's see. You're given 100 gold ahead of time. He offered you 100 extra gold if you could discover the source of the darkness. But then he gives you an additional 200 if you can restore the sun to the mansion, which he did. So, yes. Yes, everybody basically gets another 75 gold because you all already had the first 25 gold. So, but yes, 400 gold distributed amongst the entire party all together if you count the initial 100 that you were given in advance. So, yeah, that. Right. Goodyear is taking their 75. So I mean, everybody can just take 75 gold unless you want a party treasury, but this doesn't have a system for that. Not that I think gold will matter too much, since these are one-shot characters. So, that said, right. Um, yeah, it'll be it, right. It'll definitely be a Christmas session because hmm? Each holiday. It's an interesting idea. I'll have to think on it. For right, right, and then you start new characters. Yeah, you could. We see. Good, you're at level 20. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, level 20 is really rough. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's I I don't see an issue. I don't see a problem with it. What I would say is, um, if we were gonna do you know a series of one shots that could become, the one character travels through, the one shots. If we wanted to start anew every year, I think I would want to start anew at the beginning of the year and have your character go through. Yeah. So if we used these characters, we could decide, like, do we want to just keep them until like the end of next year and then start that trend or whatnot. But it's something we can think about after the Christmas campaign. So, hmm? Yeah, right. Yeah, these characters were definitely fun. I did enjoy it. Um, hmm? um, yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, ultimately, it is up to you. It if we were to say, we'll do another one with the same characters. If you didn't want to keep the character, you could just make a new character at the same level as everybody else is going to. Um, so it's not that big of a deal if you don't want to play Ruckus. It's something we'll worry about come December, though. I'm not going to worry about that here at the beginning of November, you know. Alrighty, that's fine. Um, but yeah, if we, yeah, if we do, see ya. Um, if we do, a holiday one, we'll have to discuss whether it would be better to do it. Cause it's either gonna be the 24th or the 31st. Because it would still be on a Sunday. So you'd have to figure out which of those would be the best. Or if neither of those, we could do it on like the 17th. It's it it's a matter of if we're unable to do the one shot, then I assume we'll also be unable to play normally anyway. You know? So okay. Right. 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 Some, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Closer. Yeah, I'm not worried about making all of the plans now because again, it's beginning of November. We've got at least a month before we have to be worried about it. So, right. Um. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well. So to the people watching, we hope that you've enjoyed. I really, I know I said it at the beginning, like, this could take the whole session for all I know. But I honestly did not expect it to. So really cool that it worked out. That said, leave a comment down below if you thought this campaign was fun. And if anybody else would be interested in running it, because I wouldn't mind putting it up on the Dun DMs Guild or something like that. If people have interest in it, get it for your own players for Halloween. Then you can yeah, see how many of your players cry when they encounter the truth about the master. Um, that said, again, hope you enjoy. Feel free to subscribe. Push all of the buttons, as we've said in previous podcasts, the episodes. Like, comment, feed the algorithm. These are streamed live. So twitch.tv/Serene Inc. Come hang out with us. Chat. We do watch the chat, and we don't chat to the chat vocally, but we chat in the chat. So we will talk to you. I will talk to you. It depends. um, um, 8 times, something like that. $1,600, yeah. That said, if you enjoyed this one and you have previously enjoyed Curse of the Abyssal Brands, and have just been waiting for that, that will be next week. We'll pick that back up as the players make their way to the city of Agrinia. So, and with that, check out the Patreon, by the way, because this helps support us. And we'll see you all next time. See you later.